Shabbat Shalom, December 14th, 2019. We're still talking about the mark of the beast. This is part 3. And I left off with the Inquisition. I said Justinian, but I should have said Diocletian, Maximum, Constantine, so on and so forth. I mean, you can find those Christian martyrdoms from 67 AD up into Pope Innocent III. Nonetheless, those are the church, the Catholic Church, who have the blood of the martyrs of Jesus, and that's how you know another sign of who is the woman that's riding the beast. Now, the beast itself is made up of different nations, okay? We're not going to get into it. You can look it up, what the beast is, but it's made up of different nations. You have Germany, Russia, Rome, so on and so forth. So you may say, well, we live in America. Well, America is a part of Rome, okay? In the Danube vision, you'll see that there's two legs in the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. One is the Eastern Rome and one is the Western Rome. Well, we live in the Western Rome, okay? And then it has 10 toes. Those 10 toes represents the G20, what we call G20 today, or the Great 20 Nations. You can look that up. I'm not going to go through the list, but you can look that up, the G20 Nations. I also have a video on that if you want to check that out. So the beast is ridden by a woman. That's the church. The beast is a system. It's a kingdom or kingdoms, because this beast is a mixture of many different kingdoms. When you look at the beast, you'll find that in Revelation chapter 7, and it starts at 12. And then in the 10 horns which thou sawest, 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings when out with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Those kings represents nations, peoples, and tongues. In the Apocrypha, you will find the in-depth study of who those 10 kings are. You'll find that in the second chapter of Ezra's, the second book of Ezra's, the second book of Ezra's, and it will be in the 6th chapter. Yeah, that is, I'm going to show you. In the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra's, I don't know if you can see that, but 2nd Ezra's, it should be the 6th, 7th, and 8th chapters. It goes into in-depth who those kings are. It doesn't give names, it just gives you geographical areas, or geographical areas of where these kings come up out of. But there is a list that you can go from, because they're all popes or emperors of Rome. You have to start from Constantine to get that calculation, and get that number. I had it at one time, but you start from Constantine all the way up to the Pope now, and then you should be able to figure out which one of those popes is a part of that list. But let's see. Let's go back to Revelation 18 and 2. Let's give another sign. Let's find another sign of this beast. Revelation 18 and 2. It says, Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. If you look up online, you can find the Vatican light show. On the Vatican was displayed all endangered species. Okay? When it says it has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit, let's get those words. Let's get those words so we can find out what it is that's being said. Revelation 18 and 2. We're going to look up the word foul. As a negative particle, it comes from the Greek word akathos. Akathos. Lewd, impure, unclean. Okay? Each animal has its aspect of uncleanliness. That's what it's saying. Every foul spirit. In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay? So, let's see what word. Devils. Daimon. Demon. Daimon. A demon or supernatural spirit. Okay? So yes, there are demons that run around in the Vatican. There's a book that was published I think it was a while back. I forget the guy's name, but it's about the Vatican and the devils that's in the Vatican. And you can look up the article about back in before Pope Francis came, the bishops said that the devil has entered into the Vatican. So you can look at that's not my words, that's the Catholic Church itself. It's on their website that the devil has entered into the Vatican. You can Google that and find that out, that article. But that's another sign that it's become the habitation of devils in the hold of every foul spirit and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Look up the Vatican Light Show. You will see that being displayed on the building. To give you an example of a foul spirit will be a wolf. The spirit of a wolf is foul. How is it foul? It's foul because it's deceiving and cunning. Okay, that's the spirit. Not that the wolf is foul. You know, that's its nature. Okay, that's what it does. It has to be cunning to deceive the fox to get the fox. Okay, and so on and so forth. All right, each animal has its own spirit and nature. So we're going to take another pause and we'll come back. Shalom.